Yo, what's up? What's happening? What's popping, everybody? How we feeling? How we doing on this nice Monday, man? How's everybody doing, man? How we feeling, people? You know, how we doing? We are here again. You know, we're going to do our player grades, our final player grades of the year. You know, so we're going to do that. We're also going to talk about Caleb Williams as well. So we're going to do that also. First and foremost, let's get these commercials out of the way. If you will, please hit that like button to everybody that's currently watching right now on YouTube. When you do hit the like button, it sends out it gets the video out in the algorithm. And of course, it helps growth on the channel. So if you can hit that like button for me, I definitely would appreciate it. As we always say, salute to everybody that's also watching on Facebook. Shout out to the Facebook crew. Shout out to the people that's watching on Twitter or X, as it's now called, I guess. And the same thing applies. If you will, hit that like button for me. That lets Mark Zuckerberg and his crew know that we're on live, and it shoots the video out in the algorithm, as well as Twitter for Elon Musk and his crew. You know, lets them know that we live as well. So hit that like button for me. I definitely do appreciate it. As you see on the screen, the like goal for today is 75 likes. And let me thank everybody that's currently watching. Let me thank everybody that will watch this later. Y'all know normally we come on and we rep for the third shifters and the night owls, you know, with the late show. But today we repping for the second shifters. So shout out to everybody that's working the second shift. And again, let me thank everybody who is showing the channel some love. We have been making our like goals lately, but we raised it today to 75 likes. So, you know, if y'all can help this video get to 75 likes, I definitely would be very appreciative of that. And once again, thank you for all the love we have been getting lately, hitting our like goals. Also, the views have been going up. The channel has been growing quite a bit. And I just want to thank everybody. I really do appreciate that. A lot of y'all, you know, have been supporting the Atlanta Bird game from day one, way back in I think 2012 when we first started on Instagram, and you still support right now in 2024. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. And I thank everybody who always come up on the panel and talk to us as well. I appreciate y'all. You know, the entire Waffle House crew, everybody who come up. Too many to name because inevitably I'm gonna forget somebody, but y'all know who y'all are. So very much appreciate that as well. Let's get our shots out the way. You know, let's see who we got checking in thus far. We got Coach in the building from the Coach's Corner. Y'all make sure to show Coach some love on YouTube as well. Make sure that you are subscribed to his channel. What's going on with your coach? Says happy Monday, brother. Happy Monday to you as well. We got our brother Red Swarm is in the building as usual. Appreciate you showing some love, Red Swarm. So my guy, what's up, Tyler? Let me get a cheese omelet, cheese grits, sirloin, meat and well, and orange juice. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We'll call this brunch instead of the Waffle House. What's going on with your Red Swarm? How you feeling today? We got our guy Red is in the building. Says give Dez a B plus, nothing else. So already coming in, giving Dez a unsatisfactory grade. What's happening with you, Red? How you doing? My guy Trash President says, what's up, 478? Let's ring the bell for the 478 as we always do. Yeah, shout out to the 478. What's going on, man? The GA is in the house. What's happening, 478? What's up, Travis? We got our brother Nando's in the building. What's going on with you, Nando? How you feeling today? Because what's good, Toddy, is Richmond K holding us back from the GOAT and Harbaugh coming here. They both want total control. If we miss on both, then Blank surely doesn't want to win. Then Blank surely doesn't want to win as an organization. To answer your question, as far as Richmond K holding us back, I really don't know. I can't say. If I say it one way or the other, it would be purely speculation on my part. I will say that the Falcons obviously are being very thorough in their head coach search. It's pretty exciting to me on one hand, but and on the other hand, I'm kind of ready to get the announcement of whoever the new coach is going to be. That way we can move forward. We can get him in the building. He can get acclimated with his new staff and the people he's going to be working with. And that way they can start preparing for the draft. Because, we're coming toward the end of January. February will be here before we know it, probably in like next week, you know what I mean? And once you get to February, the draft is right around the corner. So whoever the new guy is, I just want him to come on and get in here. And that way they can start preparing themselves to get the team back on the winning track. C-Dub in the building. What's going on with C-Dub? How you feeling today, brother? C-Dub says, just like Todd, always late. Let's ring the bell for me being always late. Always late. Definitely. One day I'm going to surprise everybody. I'm going to get here on time. One day I'm going to start the show early. I'm going to surprise everybody one of these days. Just not the day. What's popping, C-Dub? Demetrius in the building. What's going on with you, Demetrius? I always appreciate you coming through, showing a bunch of love, bro. Hope everything is going well for you on this Monday, man. What's popping? Wallace is in the building. What's going on, Wallace? How you feeling today, bro? What's going on? We got our brother James in the building, showing love as he always do. What's up, James? How you feeling, dog? Hope everything going well with you. Corey Thomas in the building. What's up? What's up, Corey? Yo, back to you. Brian Cornelia says, yo, back to you. What's going on? What is popping, everybody? Let's see here. Give me just a moment. Red Swarm says, I own a tax business and making for 20 years, fam. It was called Tax Pros on Pionona. I think I know where your business was at. That was at the south side of Pionona when you kind of first coming in from 247, if we're thinking about the same place. I think I know what you're talking about. And on Mercenary Valley Drive, raised all my children in the Mac time. Hey, man, let's ring the bell for the Mac time. Y'all know I love to see when the 478 peaks be coming here, showing love, be repping the 478. Shout out to the 478. Shout out to you also, Red Swarm. Yeah, 478 is in the building. What's going on? Corey Sherman in here also. What's up, fam? What's up, Corey? How you feeling today, bro? What's popping? Dave is in here showing love. What's going on with you today? How you doing? Says, what's good, Toddy? Well, I don't get the feeling that the Falcons are heading for future dark times. I hope not, bro. It seems like we at the point now we should be climbing out of that, the pits, that dark pit that we've been in. We should be climbing out. So hopefully we're not headed toward dark times, man, because we need to get this show on the road as a franchise, bro. We've been too much losing lately. You got the Detroit Lions of all teams on the brink of a Super Bowl appearance, and here we are. We can't get over the 7-10 hump. So I definitely hope not, Dave. I definitely hope not, bro. Red Sox said, baby mama's also from the Mac. Shout out to the Mac Town once again. What's up, Mac Town 478? South side, east side, and of course the notorious west side of the Mac. Coach says, bro, you really stunned on us with that jacket hoodie. I'm gonna need you to break yourself and run me that. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. It's a little chilly, and been trying to not run my heat as much in the daytime. Of course, to save on utility bills. So I've put on hoodie to kind of give me a little warmth here. But I thank you very much. David in the building. What's up, bro? Says, what's up, Ty? The Bears have hired Waldron from Seattle. Tells me that they're not trading that number 1 pick, but if there's a chance that they're open for business, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and this is 4th as a reasonable price. Yeah, the Bears are making moves that would indicate that they don't plan on trading that future number 1 pick. I definitely would agree with you on that. Who knows? You're giving the right price, you twist the arm a little bit, maybe we can persuade them. And we're going to talk about the possibility of the Falcons trading up to the number 1 pick to go get Caleb Williams. We'll talk about that also. Alberto in the building. What's up, Alberto? Says, Title, what's good? Do you think Terry or Arthur Blank introducing the next head coach? Seems like Terry's behind doing all these interviews. That is not Belichick. In regards to who's going to announce it, it's probably going to be Arthur Blank. It'll probably be Arthur and Rich that'll make the announcement. Hopefully they'll open the door and let Terry peek inside and show his face when they do the official press conference. I really feel like Terry should be there as part of the press conference whenever they do introduce the new head coach to the public, whoever that may be. So maybe we'll get a Terry Fontenot sighting. Would be good to see him in the building. Let's see who else we got in here. Red Swarm says, let's go, or Lego. Everybody, let's get our boy tied up to them 75 likes. Please, y'all. Let's hit that like button for you, dog, man. Appreciate that, Red Swarm. Thank you very much. Big fella 83 in the building says, good afternoon, Atlanta Bird Gang, West Hand, and what your big fella was popping. We got our brother Ray Ellison in the building. Says, what's up, Tyler? What's up with you, Ray? How you feeling, man? What's going on? Falcons fan forever said, I would like to get Caleb Williams. Hey, I would too, man. I would too, man. It seems like we kind of need a splash, like we need a splash. And I think that would be a huge, big splash. James says it's very important as well because the combine is right around the corner. That's another great point. I didn't even think about that, James. But, bro, you're absolutely correct. Combine right around the corner, man. Y'all know NFL is a year-round thing. Even when your team get eliminated in the playoffs, as we know as Falcons fans, the franchise is still working. Things are still going on behind the scenes. So you make a great point. Pelicans know you in the building. What's going on with Pelicans? How you feeling? Says, what's up, Red Swarm? He in there hollering at that Saints rally cry, which we ain't go repeat. Let's go Aints. But shout out to you, Pelicans. Know you. We welcome all fan bases here, man. Even our hated rivals. It's always good to see y'all in the chat for some nice, friendly banter between these two franchises who don't like each other. So shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through, man. Ray says, the one thing I can say is that this coaching search is taking time, and I think that's a good thing. I can agree with that also, even though I'm kind of ready for it to come to a close. You can tell they are taking their time. When we hired Arthur Smith, he was hired on January the 14th, I think, or January the 15th, one of those days. And here we are. What the day is? The 21st, 22nd, something like that. So they're definitely taking their time. They brought guys in for second interviews like Belichick, of course. I think Harbaugh's second interview is sometime this week. I think Raheem Morris is coming in for a second interview, if memory serves me correctly. So yeah, they definitely doing their thing, and man, they making sure that they spend a good ample amount of time on this. What's going on with your Falcons fan forever? How you feeling today? Red Swarm says, I think we can expect our head coach to be named after this week. Letting defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen to completely leave is a sign to me that they have already told him who is the next head coach, and their DC is coming with him also. I agree with you totally on that. And that's something else we'll talk about today as well. Ryan Nielsen, he's going to be the defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars now. So he's officially out of Flowery Branch. He did come in year one. I was really hoping that we could retain him more than 1 year, but he did do a very fine job with his defense. We were ranked the 11th best defense overall. We have not had a defense ranked anywhere near that caliber since the 2017 defense. And shout out to the 2017 defense, man. I'm noticing for whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe y'all can tell me in the comment section. But for whatever reason, like a lot of this fan base just totally ignores the 2017 defense. Like they didn't exist. You know, like that 2017 defense went some straight up dogs. When I see people like talking like on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and they start talking about the Falcons defense, for whatever reason, they don't never bring up the 2017 defense, man. I think the 2017 defense was ranked ninth in the league for the 2017 season, if I remember correctly. I know for sure they were top 10. I think they were ninth. It was either ninth or eighth, but I know they were ninth. They were a top 5 defense the last month of the season. The last month of the season going to the playoffs, them boys were playing lights out. And for, I don't know why, we just had like they weren't here for whatever reason. We had our brother Russell Moore Jr. in the building. What's going on with you, Big Russ? How you feeling today? Says losing interest in the Bill Belichick thing. Harbaugh, Johnson, and Slowick are my top 3. I want to draft a quarterback, and I don't think Bill will want to trade up. A young and first-time head coach, Harbaugh might. I totally agree with you on that. If we do get Bill Belichick, I don't see Bill pressing the button to trade up for a quarterback if Bill Belichick does come here. I don't really see that myself. But he did draft Mac Jones. But I do agree with you. I think the chances are better at us getting a quarterback in the first round or possibly moving up Caleb Williams. That's what we're gonna talk about today. If we get a guy like Harbaugh or younger head coach in the building. So I definitely agree with you on that. Falcons fan first says, I hope they get the right coach. I don't agree with Belichick coming here, but if it happens, it happens. Yeah, let's ring the bell for that. That's a good attitude to have. And I want multiple Super Bowls and championships and elite great season. I totally agree with you on that. And I'm the same way. I think we all got our preferences, but whoever's the guy, that's going to be the guy, and that's going to be the guy that I'll ultimately get behind. Just like Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith was definitely not my first or second choice when they did the coaching search a few years ago. But once you're here, and I'm gonna ride with you until I feel like I shouldn't ride with you no more. Atlanta supporter is in the building as usual. What's going on, Atlanta supporter? Says, what's up, tidy to Barack Obama on Atlanta Bird game? Appreciate that, man. I wish I had that same kind of money that Barack got. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Ray says, I was on Pine Auto last week, headed straight to Roberts Air Force Base. Let's give a shout out to the Air Force Base, man. Shout out to the Air Force Base. I think the base, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I think Robbins is the largest employer in Middle Georgia, if I'm correct. I think they are. I think they have been for some decades. My mom retired from Robbins Air Force Base. She retired a few years ago. My grandmother retired from Robbins Air Force Base. And if you live in Middle Georgia, if you're from Middle Georgia, you know a lot of people that work on base or have worked on base. Again, I think they are the biggest employer in the Middle Georgia area. And I remember when I was a kid, man, me and my friends, we would go to the base and we play basketball all the time. We go to the gym and play basketball. That was before 9/11 happened, where you could just go up to the gate and say, hey, man, we want to go to the gym. They're like, all right, come on in. You can't do that now. They real strict about who they let get on the base now. But back in the days, it was easy to get on base. We go to the gym, and then we go to what we call little base at the time. And they had the big pool there, and we go swimming in the summertime. Go get us something to eat. And I'm gonna get a little bit off track, but being that this one of Robbins is the international city, you had a lot of people moving into the city. And man, there used to be some bad females on that base, boy. I done caught me a couple on that base, but we'll say that for maybe a Waffle House show. Let me get back on track. Let's see what else we got here. Falcons fan forever said if they get Belichick, I want us to be winners again and get a Super Bowl in New Orleans. That'd be a good thing. Let's ring the bell for that. And if we lose again and be terrible, it's proving me as a doubter wrong. I know it's up to the staff. Definitely up to the staff. Definitely up to the staff. Good evening to you also, Falcons fan forever. Pelican says, I know y'all not mad over that last touchdown. Oh man, y'all Bush League. The Bush League bag heads. They go in victory formation and still run a play to score a touchdown. Man, that was so Bush League. Boy, that was so Bush League. But you know what? That's why y'all the baghead ain'ts, That is expected of an organization as notorious as that New Orleans football team down there. So I'm really not surprised. I'm putting that behind y'all. Y'all known for Bounty Gate and all that stuff. You can't put that. But you can't put that past. The New Orleans Saints. It don't surprise me one bit that they would resort to Bush League tactics. If that guy couldn't get a touchdown in 17 weeks or 17 games, he didn't deserve one. Got a little cheap one on us. Dexter in the building says, what up, Tyler? What's going on with you, Dexter? How you feeling, bro? What's popping? What's going on? Make sure we talk to everybody in here. We got Dante in the building. What's going on with you, Dante? How you feeling? So it sucks losing Ryan Nielsen to the Jaguars. Now our defense will not look like it was this year. Hopefully it will, man. Hopefully whoever the new guy is, he can come in and still have the defense right. Hopefully have the defense even better than we were under Ryan Nielsen. That would definitely be a good thing. Let's see here. Who else we got in the building? We got Mills in 1967 in here. What's up, Mills? How you feeling? Ready to get this head coach name so we can get this behind us and move on to other off-season business. I definitely agree on that. Definitely agree on that. Definitely agree on that for sure. Make sure we talk to everybody. We got William in the building. What's going on with you, William? How you feeling? So all I know is we need a disciplined head coach like Ben Johnson or Slowick. Who knows? One of those two may end up being the guy if we don't land the big fish in Belichick or Harbaugh. Who knows? Atlanta Porter says one day the Atlanta Falcons will win multiple Super Bowls. That's my slogan forever. Let's ring the bell for that too. Hope you're right, bro. Definitely hope you're right. And like I say, Atlanta supporter, drinks on me at the parade when I see you. Drinks are on me when we get that championship parade on Peachtree. Red says, do you think that is a for sure for the Falcons to get Belichick? And if not, who do you think we'll get? I don't think it's written in stone. I think he's probably the leading candidate, but with each passing day that goes by, I think the percentages tend to drop for Belichick. And if we don't get Belichick, I don't know who we gonna end up with, man. I know Mike Vrabel is coming here, I think, on Wednesday. Possibly him. It seems to me that they want a head coach with some experience this time. So if not Belichick, maybe Harbaugh. I'm glad Harbaugh is coming in for a second interview, but I don't know why. I just don't feel like he'll end up in Atlanta for whatever reason. I hope I'm wrong, because that's who's on my list. That's my number one person on my list is Jim Harbaugh. So hopefully we'll get him. I know some people are saying, Raheem Morris is coming in strong. So who knows? Who knows, man? Let's see. Sav says, shout out to the Falcons for actually being thorough with these interviews. I totally agree. I totally agree. William says we need to trade up in the draft and grab Jaden Daniels. That's, even though we're going to talk about Caleb Williams, that's why I've been campaigning for all year. Jaden Daniels. That's who I want. That's what I want. Of course, it would not cost as much to move up and grab Jaden Daniels as it would a Caleb Williams. But I really want Jaden Daniels. I love everything I see about that kid in regards to what he could potentially be once he becomes a pro. So that's definitely who I want. Shout out to Red Swarm for the super chat. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, Red Swarm. I always appreciate the support, bro. Thank you very much. This title, this team is ready to win now. I agree. I don't want to go back with another first-time head coach. I prefer a coach with a history of going to the playoffs. I agree with that also. And I think I have said this on multiple broadcasts. Like we've been doing the first-time head coach since Arthur Blank has bought this team. We've done that. Mike Smith, Arthur Smith, Mora Jr., Dan Quinn. We've always went with the first-time guy, quote unquote, the green head coach. And I'm just at a point now where I want to do something different with the head coach. I want an experienced head coach. I want somebody who's experienced with, being a leader of men, who's experienced with handling every part of the organization, from the quarterback to the practice team guys. So I'm ready now for a head coach who has prior head coaching experience. again, we've done this coordinator thing. We've done this first time head coach thing for a minute. We've done the hot name coordinators. We've done the hot name defensive guru guys. Dan Quinn. I'm ready for a guy with some experience in here this time, and I think that's why I think that's a big reason they were pressing Bill Belichick so hard. You know, with him becoming available, Harbaugh, Mike Vrabel. So I'm in the same boat with you, bro. I'm definitely in the same boat with you. It means that if we get Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, we coming for the whole league. No cap. I definitely agree with you on that. For sure, definitely agree with you. Make sure that we talk to everybody here. You see here. We got Eddie in the building. What's going on with you, Eddie? How you feeling? Says, what's up? What's up? As the president of the Desmond Ridder Ring to ATL campaign, we are eyeballing this coach situation very close. Shout out to the president of the Desmond Ridder campaign. Hopefully, we don't see Desmond Ridder at all in any regular season games this year. I've seen enough of Desmond Ridder these last 2 years. So I'm good on Big Dog Des. King Atlanta Sports said, I'll be there. Hey, man. Hopefully we'll be doing this thing within the next 2 years, bro. You know, hopefully within the next 2 years, bro. I ain't getting no younger, man. I ain't getting no younger. Got my dog Alberto in the middle. What's up? Let's ring the bell for Alberto. Says, Tyler, man, we need to get this head coaching decision right. I totally agree with you, bro. We need to get it right. And Alberto, I think that's why they are being very selective. I think that's why they are taking their time and, you know, making sure that they're not leaking too much stuff to the press. And it seems like they're being very particular and they're being very precise, and they're trying their best to get it right this time. So I totally agree with you on that. And y'all make sure that you follow Berto on 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Make sure to, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Run up the comments, run up the likes, run up the shares, and also check him out on Bleacher Report. Also doing some great things over there also as well. So shout out to you, Berto. We got Antoine Wartime. What's up, Twan? So what's up, ABG? I just heard we lost our deep coordinator. We did. Unfortunately, man, you know, he came here, he did well for us in 1 year. So it was kind of a pain, you know, to see him leave. I was hoping we would at least get 2 years out of him. And I think he's on a fast track to be a head coach. His next position will probably be a head coach somewhere down the line. Berto says, give me Harbaugh. That's number one on my list. I want Harbaugh. And a big reason I want Harbaugh is because I feel like our number one weakness as a ball club or a franchise currently is at the quarterback position. And I think most people will agree with that. And that's one thing Harbaugh is known for. You know, he's known for being able to develop quarterbacks and get the best out of his quarterbacks. So I definitely would like to get Harbaugh. You know, he's definitely number one on my list. Pelicans know this is a Super Bowl. We have some gumbo for y'all. That's close as y'all will get. Oh, hey, see you talking now. We're gonna come in New Orleans and win that next year in y'all stadium. We're gonna be doing the Dirty Bird. We're gonna take over Bourbon Street, and I'll say, hey, don't be surprised now. We come down there in y'all crib and we do it to y'all. Racists, I think that either way it goes, we have to go through Chicago to get our quarterback. Interesting. So you saying trade up with Chicago to get Caleb or trade to get Justin? So are you saying those going to be our options either way? The Demetrius said after the failed coaching experiment with toxic Arthur, we better get the right coach because hell is going to bust wide open if we don't. I agree with you on that. Definitely agree with you on that. Berto said, do you think Arthur Blank is or would be intrigued with the results CJ Stroud and Bobby Sloyd have turned in? Would he want the same success in Atlanta? Could he get that this year? I think very much so. And when you mention Stroud, it always reminds me, Berto, of Arthur Blank being at the playoff game when the University of Georgia played Ohio State for Georgia's second championship, and Arthur Blank being front and center, seeing CJ Stroud have such an exceptional game in his stadium, you know. So I know that probably kind of triggered some things for him in his head of what could be if we get a young talent like that in Atlanta. So I definitely think it would be intriguing for him. Because again, we got to get this quarterback position solved. Even hypothetically speaking, if we do go with, let's say, a Bill Belichick, and he brings a veteran in here, a Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins or whomever, that's still kind of a bridge quarterback. It's still a bridge. Either one of those guys, you can't expect them to be our starter no more than probably 1-2 years, 3 at the very, very most. But I would say probably 2 years max, because both of those guys are like in their mid-30s right now. So we really got to get our young guy in here and kind of get away from the pattern of bridge quarterbacks. We really, really got to go in there and find our guy, and hopefully we do that sooner than later. So make sure that we talk to everybody in here. We got our bro Archangel in the building. What's going on with you, Art? How you doing, bro? How you feeling, man? What's going on? Shout out Red on the track. Red in the building says, "What's up, Tyler? What's up with you, Red? How you doing, bro?" Let's see. Coach says, "I'm happy with Ryan Nielsen is gone. Maybe we can get a coach in here who uses the talent correctly." So, Coach, banging on Nielsen. Art also said, "I'm just excited to see who our coach is, and then we can move forward." Yeah, and I know you're talking to Bert on that, but I definitely agree with you on that. Rusty says, "I know I am in the minority, but I personally ain't sweating losing Nielsen. I think the defense was overrated by the fan base." I agree with you on that also. Bad quarterbacks all year, and a lot of them carved us up. We will be okay. Yeah, we and we talked about this amongst ourselves, Rusty. We had a cake and ice cream schedule. Played a bunch of bum quarterbacks pretty much all year, man. And there were some games that even the bum quarterbacks, would do it to us. I remember we let that architect or that college professor for the Vikings come in, and he just put on a show with us. Even though Kyler Murray ain't a rookie or a bad quarterback, he still hadn't played football in seemed like 3 years, and he came out and put it on us as well. So that's a very fair point, bro. All right, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Davidson don't want any of these vet quarterbacks out here. We have to have a long-term solution at that position. I agree with that. Totally agree with you on that, man. So let's go ahead and cut the music, man. Get the show on the road. Again, I appreciate everybody coming in. As you come in, even if you're not gonna stay here long, make sure that you do hit that like button for me. I really, really appreciate that very much. Our like goal once again today is we're shooting for 75 likes on the video. So if y'all can help us get to 75 likes, man, I definitely would thank you a great deal. Also, I want to say, make sure that you do follow us on Facebook as well. Now we're going to be pushed. We've already started pushing out a lot of content on our Facebook page, and not the Atlanta Bird Gang group itself. And shout out to the ABG group on Facebook. But I mean the actual official page, the page for Atlanta Bird Gang. So if you don't mind, I'll ask everybody, if you will, please make sure to like the page on Facebook. In fact, I'm gonna post a direct link to the Facebook page. Hopefully, YouTube will let that link go through. But just click that link and follow the page. We've really ramped up our news and our daily updates on Facebook, and everybody who's already following the Facebook page, you've noticed that within these last 2 weeks, we have really ramped it up on our Facebook activity. And going forward, throughout the off season, throughout the regular season, we really are pushing our Facebook page. You're going to get a lot of updates and a lot of dialogue in that Facebook page that naturally, you won't get on YouTube. And not saying anything bad about YouTube, but it's just naturally more easier to shoot out quick updates right there on Facebook, and do a lot of other dialogue and a lot of other things on the Facebook page. So I posted the link in the comment. And again, I hope YouTube let it go through, but that's the link to the Atlanta Bird Gang Facebook page. Even if that link didn't go through, because like I say, sometimes Facebook don't let us post links for whatever reason. I guess they don't want content creators or YouTubers to post links to take them off their platform. I mean, which I understand. But if you don't see the link, just go to Facebook and type in Atlanta Bird Game and follow the page, like the page, because again, we're posting out content every single day, multiple times a day on that Facebook page. And again, thank you very much for all the love and also all the support from everybody. So let's talk about possibly trading up for Caleb Williams. And let me state that I'm not saying or I'm not reporting that we are trading up for Caleb Williams. This is just going to be dialogue, because there was a report that came out, I think it was last year, and Caleb Williams, he was being interviewed, I think it was by People Magazine, and they got on the subject of some teams that he would like to play for. And I'm going to read off his quote here real quickly from my phone. The reporter asked him, anybody else that catches your eye? Caleb Williams said San Francisco, the Raiders, or the Falcons, or other places he would love to play. Are the Falcons now with Bijan Robinson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts subtly viewed as cool? So to a lot of people's surprise, Caleb Williams wants to play for the Atlanta Falcons. That would be one of his ideal places to play. And I would love for us to move up and get a guy like Caleb Williams. He's one of the best quarterback prospects that have came on the scene in a very, very long time. And I think that would be a splash that this fan base would love, this fan base would get behind. It would boost the morale of the fan base. It would show us fans that, hey, this team is trying to pull out every stop that they can to get this team back on a winning track. So I would love to see us trade up for Caleb Williams, and I know it would cost a great deal. As you see right there on the screen that we're looking at there, excuse me, that's something that Caleb Williams put on his Instagram. He shared that on his Instagram story. That's his Instagram account. It's a picture of Kyle Pitts and Drake London. And he wrote in his caption, deadly. That's from Caleb Williams. He wrote in his caption, deadly. So he's already been public saying that he would love to play for us. He's posting us on his social media. So he obviously has us in mind as a team that he would like to play for. So what are y'all thoughts on the possibility of getting a guy like Caleb Williams? Again, it would not be cheap. Now, to get kind of an idea of what it would probably would cost to trade up to get Caleb, I'm going to use a comp from the Bryce Young trade. We probably would be looking at, of course, we would have to swap out our number 8 first-round pick for Chicago's first-round pick. So you swap out you swap out those first-round picks and an additional first-round pick. So you'd probably have to give up your 2025 first-round pick as well. I'm not going to say probably. You would have to give up your 2025 pick also. Also, 2 second-rounders. You probably give up this year's second-round pick and next year's second-round pick. So essentially, swapping out the first, an additional first-rounder, and also 2 second-round picks, and probably another viable young starter. You probably give up somebody like a Kyle Pitts, and if they do trade up for Caleb, they're going to probably try to hold on to Kyle Pitts, obviously, because that's another weapon for Caleb. But somebody like that, or somebody like a Tyler Allgeier or a AJ Terrell, you'd have to give them like a young starter. If not, you're probably going to have to give them another first-round pick. So that would be 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and you might have to put a middle-round pick in there also. But regardless, it would cost a lot. It won't be cheap. It's going to be a big haul to go up there and get Caleb. Sal says, hey, trade AJ. And that could be a person that would work. AJ Terrell, young, good cornerback. So you'd have to give up a caliber player such as that. But I would love to move up to get a guy like Caleb. He's already shown interest in Atlanta. Again, you see it on his Instagram. He came out publicly saying that he would like to play for the Falcons. And y'all know that's kind of new for us. We don't normally have these like top guys such as a Caleb Williams coming out publicly and saying, "Yeah, I would love to play for the Falcons." Anton Brown says, "Man, F them picks. Go get them. I'm with you. Let's ring the bell on that." I'm with you. Let's ring the bell on that. Preston says, you was one of the only ones who knew we needed an NFL experienced head coach staff. It's on now. Hey, let's go get our head coach with some experience, Preston. You know, I'm like I said, I'm tired of the first time head coaches hires now. I really want a guy that has some experience now. David says, and Williams would bring Vic level excitement to the city. But with Chicago trade out for him, I'm saying no. But do I dare dream? Yeah, we can definitely dream and think about it. And again, if we make that pot so big and just make it impossible for them to say no, who knows? You know, who knows? You give them a couple first rounders. You know, give them those second round picks. You know, somebody said trade AJ. You know, you got Tyler Allgeier out there. Who knows? You know, hey, we might even throw. You might even throw another second and third down there for future years. But I really would like for us to go get a guy like Caleb Williams if we can make it happen. And again, I know Chicago is making moves in the offseason to indicate they don't plan on trading that pick. But also, Chicago's general manager at the end of their regular season game, he had a press conference. I should have queued up the press conference. But he was talking like, you know, Justin Fields is the guy that they could see themselves building around. You know, he was talking very highly of Justin Fields after their last regular season games, which is no surprise, of course, you know, being that he's still technically their quarterback. But maybe they like what they see in Justin. Maybe they feel like they can build around him. But, you know, this is just some dialogue. It's kind of some wishful thinking. And again, we're talking about this because Caleb Williams came out and said he would like to play for the Falcons. He, as you see on the screen once again, he shared the image of the Falcons and calling Drake and also Kyle Pitts-Detley. Winston is in the building. What's going on with you, Winston? And make sure to follow Winston and also John Harris at the eye test. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to show them some love. Run up the comments, run up the likes, run up the shares. Winston says smash the like button. Please smash that like button for me. I definitely would appreciate it. Wallace says if we could get Caleb, this would be great. And if this is their guy, then they should trade up with the Bears and go get him. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I definitely would love to have him here, man, because that's really what we're missing on this team right now. We are missing a quarterback. We had a quarterback this year, man. Our season would have went a lot differently. And don't get me wrong, you know, you can't expect every quarterback to come in and be C.J. Stroud and take your team to the playoffs. You know, you can't expect that. You definitely would love for that to happen if you draft a quarterback in the first round, but you can't expect that. That's really an anomaly for a quarterback to come in and play at such a high level like C.J. Stroud did. But I will say, the way we've been drafting these last 3 years, we have built this team up for a quarterback to come in here and have success or have a good chance of being successful. You know, you got your running backs in tow. You know, you got some pass catchers out there. You know, we still can't go out there and find us a second wide receiver 2 in free agency. I think we'll have somebody to play with. But I think the team is built up for a quarterback at this point in time. Nano says too much for Williams. It would take less to get Jane Daniels, my first choice of a young quarterback. I agree with that. And trust me, hey, we get Jane Daniels, man. I'm not doing any complaining because I think it would be more realistic to trade up to 2 or trade up to 3 and grab Jane Daniels because I think of course Caleb gonna go first. Drake may go second, so we can move to number 3 and grab Jane Daniels. I would be good with that just as well also. Art also kind of echoes that same sentiment. He says Jaden would maybe be a little cheaper, which I do agree with. But grabbing Caleb wouldn't make me mad. Caleb just got to calm down his emotional damage on the field. We don't need no Cam. I think you mean no damn diva. Oh no, Cam Diva Newton's on our team. I would hope he wouldn't come in and be a diva. That's typically never good for a locker room. You want your quarterback, and no matter what we think about him or what some people think about him, you want your quarterback to have the same type of level headedness as a guy like Matt Ryan had when he was in Atlanta. Matt didn't have any kind of diva tendencies. He was always the ideal teammate. And all his teammates always spoke very highly of Matt Ryan. He never jumped out in the media saying anything outrageous. So you would want your next quarterback to have those same kind of leadership characteristics as Matt Ryan had and how he carried himself. So hopefully our next guy will be like that and not be a diva. Then that's the last thing we need. IQ says first time advocating for a trade up. Go get the man. Let's ring the bell for that. Hey, it's time, IQ, man. It's time to get that quarterback. It really is time to go and get that quarterback, man. It's just that it's that time. Preston says whoever we get, I just hope they're better than Ridder. Oh boy, please. You really can't be too much worse. You can't be too much worse. Rusty says definitely going to take more than Bryce package for Caleb. Possibly so. You may have to do a player and one extra pick. Or if you don't want to, if the Falcons say, look, man, we ain't trade AJ, we ain't going to trade Pitts, we ain't going to trade Tyler, you might have to give them 2 extra draft picks. You might have to put another 3rd rounder in there, another 2nd rounder in there, another 5th rounder in there. But you're probably right. It probably will take a little bit more to trade up to get Caleb than it did Bryce Young, just based on the potential of Caleb, him being a prospect. So I definitely agree with you on that. And he is more of a prototypical quarterback, big, tall, big arm. Whereas, Bryce, and as we see so far in Carolina, he's small, struggled a little bit, So you make a good point there, Rusty. Winston says, with Chicago against Seattle OC, do you think they're more inclined to stay with Fields or draft Williams? I think they're making moves to keep Caleb, to be totally honest with you. I think they are making moves to keep Caleb. But I look at it like this a little bit. It's kind of like that 75 Chevelle that you have of like 10, 15 years, and you put a lot of money, time, and effort into it. That's your baby. And everybody keep asking to buy that Chevelle from you. You done told over 200 people no. But one guy just come in and he put that money in front of you and say, hey, let's make the deal happen. And once that money in front of you, shoot, ain't nobody ever offered me this much before. All right, you can have it. Let's get this deal done. And I say that to say this, like, you put a package in front of them, you just make a deal that they can't say no to, and hey, you make it happen. Sal says the team at 2 or 3 could also be available to trade with if they sign Fields. That's a fact. That's definitely true. What's up, Mr. CDX for Life? How you doing, man? What's going on with you? David says, have to talk highly of Fields, have to keep the trade value high. That's right. You're right. There was probably a lot of political forces in play there. You got to talk him up for people that's listening, like the Atlanta Falcons. G's in the building. What's going on with you? G? How you feeling, bro? What's popping? Art says I would trade Kyle or Allgeier, maybe over trading Allgeier if we had to trade a player. I like Tyler Allgeier, man. Tyler probably one of my more favorite players on the team right now, but he does play running back. And it's obvious Bijan Robinson is RB1 on this team. So even though I'm a bigger fan of Allgeier than I am Kyle Pitts, if I had to trade one of them, It probably would be Allgeier just because he plays running back and you already got his replacement in the door. It just makes more sense. And that's me taking my personal bias out of it. As y'all know, we've been running with the hashtag Free Kyle Pitts campaign on this channel for a very, very long time. So I kind of seem very contradictory in saying that I would rather keep Pitts over Allgeier, but I'm just looking at like what makes sense for the team. You know what makes sense for the team. It don't matter who I like the most. It's what makes more sense for the team. And it probably makes more sense to trade a Tyler Allgeier than it would a Kyle, a Kyle Pitts, especially if you train for a quarterback, you know. I'm not the father of those kids. Well, what kind of name is that? Let's ring the bell for that. You must got some baby mama drama going on. Since I just want to win. I agree with you on that. I just want to win also, my friend. I definitely agree with you on that there. Dravis, what's up, Dravis? Says, to be honest, I'm not too fond of Bill. I prefer Jim. However, if they do get Bill, hopefully it's just as a coach and not a GM. I can agree with you on that. I'm an advocate of Bill Belichick, and I also agree that I would prefer to get Harbaugh over Belichick. But if we do happen to get Belichick, I don't want to give him like total control in regards to GM powers. I still want Terry Fontenot to have a lot of say so on our draft picks and our free agent signings and things of that nature. I don't want to give Bill total control. And to be honest, man, that probably why we ain't probably why he ain't been. That's probably why we have not signed him as our head coach now. That's probably what's holding up the negotiations is how much power that he's gonna eventually get if he does become our coach. Raymond in the building. What's up, Raymond? Says, what's up, Tyler? Ready for the smoke to clear? Myself as well, bro. Scar Beezy in the building. What's up, Scar? Carolina was hella desperate though. I don't believe give up the farm to get a quarterback. So Scar Beezy saying, "Hold, pump your brakes." Pump your brakes. Let's not be desperate. Pump your brakes. He's saying that price is a little too high for him, which I definitely respect. Sal says, is it possible for Caleb to do what Eli Manning did? Eli Manning did and refused the draft. That's a good question. I think Eli was originally drafted by the Chargers. He kind of forced his way to New York. I guess it's possible for him to attempt to try it. Not sure how successful he would be on that. You know, Eli had more what's a good word I'm looking for? Eli had more influential people in his corner. You know, Peyton Manning, Archie Manning, their father. But I guess he could try if you don't really want to go to Chicago, man. I guess he could really try. You know. Hey, maybe that works out in our favor if that did happen. Red says, now didn't I tell y'all 2 weeks ago Kelly wanted to come here? We his number one destination. We definitely on his short list of teams. It was us, the Dolphins, San Francisco, and the Raiders. Those are the teams. And again, as you see on the screen, he been campaigning for us on his social media. Facebook user says, I agree, can't be a diva as a rookie. Definitely not. Definitely not. Cole says Chicago's the only team you can trade with no matter who you want to see. Those at 2 through 4 are not moving. And let's see, Sal says, man cried once and he being called a diva. His teammates love that dude. Stop the narrative. These are kids at the end of the day. So Sal said maybe he's not really a diva. Mr. CDX for life says, what's the top 5 quarterback coming out? Can we wait till 8 to get one of them? If you wait to 8, I think at that point you're going to get second-tier quarterbacks. The top 3 coming out of the draft, of course, going to be Caleb, Drake, man, Jane Daniels. In my opinion, you know, you always going to have a surprise. You always going to have a Brock Purdy in there somewhere. But in my opinion, I think the talent drops off pretty significantly after those 3, because at that point you're looking at the JJ McCarthy's, the Bo Nixes of the world. Those are kind of going to be the second-tier guys coming in the draft. David says, I'm okay with the kids showing his emotions. His defense at USC was garbage truck juice. He should have been frustrated having to put on a cape every Saturday to try to build build that defense out. That's a good point. That's a real good point. Russell Moore says keep Fields. So are you saying we should get Fields, or are you saying Chicago should keep Fields? I'm not the father of those kids, so I think the Bears take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the first pick. Ooh, now if they take Marvin Harrison Jr., boy, we better be on the phone quick. We better be on the phone quick with number 2 and number 3. Even though the number 2 team would probably at that point go ahead and take Caleb. Samson, now the Falcons fan base is a small market. He will be all right. Mr. CDL says all cash home is sold. Yeah, man, you stick that cash in people's face, boy. You can make a lot of deals happen. You put that cash in their face. But yeah, like I just feel like we need a splash, guys. I feel like the franchise, the fan base, we need a kind of a morale booster. We really need something to be excited about. And I think as we saw this season, a quarterback, that's really what, and don't get me wrong, winning cures it all, but a quarterback can really change how your franchise is viewed. You know, we went and drafted Bijan Robinson, who's super electric. He's exciting to watch, but it's not like a quarterback, you know. Bijan don't have the same eyes on him that CJ Stroud has, because CJ plays quarterback, Bijan plays running back, and where we are at now in this current era of football, having that type of quarterback just can't be replicated. So I really think we just need to make us a splash at that quarterback position and just go get a guy this fan base going to be behind. And Caleb Williams checks out all the boxes. A guy who's already publicly said that he wants to be here. And again, at the consolation prize of Jane Daniels, I'm cool with that also. I'm cool with that as well. Jamal, what's up? Says I hate to see Allgeier go. My second favorite Falcon right now, but low key, Avery Williams can be RB2 behind Bijan at full health. Let's say hypothetically speaking that we were to trade Allgeier. To be honest, Jamal, I think they would probably go in the draft or go back into free agency to put another guy to run it back too. I think Avery Williams is a good at what he does, a special teamer, but I don't know if they would feel comfortable with him being their RB2. Not saying that he couldn't do it, but I don't think they would start the season out by penciling him in as a projected RB2. RJ Falcon 242 in the building says, what's up, Toddy? What's good, bro? Hey, I'm chilling, man. Good to see you in here. RJ, ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Hope everything been going pretty good with you. Says 5 baby mama 6 kids. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for him having a terrible pullout game. Ooh, I know Chris will be wearing your ass out, man. I prefer Daniels over Williams, but I'm fine with either here. F those picks and go get your quarterback. Let's ring the bell for that too. Yeah, you know Winston. You're like, I'm big on Jaden Daniels, man. I've been talking a lot about him. Once the season is over, you know, we'll talk more about him as well, like on the Waffle House and on the channel and on all the Facebook groups as well. Norman says, when did he post this, Toddy? This was, I don't know exactly when. I know Winston probably, if Winston is still in the chat, Winston probably can tell you. Winston, when did he post that on his Instagram? Because to be honest, Winston was the first person that I heard mention it on one of the Waffle Houses we had recently. And then I just went and found it for today. So I'm not exactly sure when he posted it. It was on his Facebook, not Facebook. It was on his Instagram story. You know, that's only a 24-hour period of time that it stays on your stories. But that's definitely him posting it. And then he had that interview with People magazine last year when he said he would like to play for the Falcons. The rest of the man couldn't pull out of a driveway. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for my dog having a bad pullout game. Oh, Mr. CDX for license. Okay, cool. I'm down. Whatever we get, real talk. Yeah, whatever we get, man. We're gonna get behind it and support it until they give us a reason not to support it. Of course, I said got my bro Sean J ATL Sports in the building. Y'all make sure to follow him. Not follow. Make sure to subscribe to him on YouTube as well. He delivers some very excellent Falcons content, and he also breaks down tape. Probably one of the only youth Falcons content creators that actually breaks down tape. I know a lot of times when you dealing with YouTubers, they don't really focus on Falcons tape, but Sean J focuses exclusively on Falcons tape, and definitely one of the best in the business. Says, what's good, Tyler, Mr. East Atlanta Bill? Let's ring the bell for that also. Zone 6 Belichick in the building. Sal says, you don't think the league owe us one and let us get Caleb for helping collude against Lamar? I feel like the league owes us for 28-3, man. Like we need to be recouped for that loss. If the game is really rigged or if there's really a script, like people like to say now, hey man, like when are y'all gonna write the script for us? Y'all wrote the script for us to get embarrassed and be the Washington Generals in that Houston Super Bowl. When do y'all write the script for the Falcons to come out on top? So I think they owe us for that. They owe us for that atrocity in the Super Bowl. But yeah, that was just a talking point, man, as far as Caleb Williams goes. Again, he has been vocal about wanting to play with the Falcons, and I just wanted to know what y'all thought about that idea possibly of us getting Caleb Williams. I know it's a super, super long shot, and all possibilities probably not going to happen, so y'all please don't go say, well, Tyler said we're going to trade for Caleb Williams, because that's definitely not what I'm saying. This is just a conversation, a hypothetical scenario, and that's all. And also, let's do our year-end player grades, y'all. Y'all know we do player grades after every game, and we need to come in here and do our end-of-the-year player grades for our players. And it's going to be the same thing. Y'all know how we do the player grades. We use a scholastic grading system, A+ to F, based on how you think they played throughout the year. So I'm going to name the players, and if y'all would be so kind, make sure that you do comment what you think the player grade should be based on how they played the entire season. We're grading everybody for their final season grades. And Winston says he posted that in November or December, so this was recent. I think it was around their bowl game time. So this was just a few months ago. So this is very, very recent. And he did the interview last year. So man, he's had the Falcons on his mind. Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. But hey, man, I would love to get him, man. Would love to get him. But yeah, let's get these player grades off, man. We're gonna go through these real quick. We always start with defense. So I see no reason to change. Let me scroll down to our defensive statistics real quick here. Let's see. Let's start with AJ Terrell. Since we hypothetically trying to trade him today, we might well grade him, right? Let's start with AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell started in all 17 games. Let's ring the bell for that. He had 11 passes defended on the season. He had a total of 45 tackles, 34 solo tackles. He assisted on 11 tackles. He also had 4 tackles for loss. No interceptions, unfortunately. But let's get those numbers again. Starting all 17 games, he defended 11 passes, had 45 tackles, 34 solo tackles. He assisted on 11 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. What grade would y'all give for AJ Terrell for the entire year? If you can drop those in the comment section for me also. Antonio says, what's good, Tyler? What's up, Antonio? These grades don't matter in this era. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for the grades not matter in these era. That's definitely an insider. Mr. CDX says a C for AJ. What's up, Scooter? Says a C- for AJ. Ray Ellison gives him a B. Antoine gives him a B+. Russell says, how many TDs did he give up? I'm really not sure. I did not look it up, so I really can't say for sure. Mr. CDX says a C. Red Swan gives him a B. David gives him a B. Would have been a stronger B if he would just catch the football. Winston says Williams transferred to USC the same offseason London was drafted. Yep. And Jordan Addison came to USC at the same time. So, wouldn't it be cool to reunite him in the Champagne Papa here in Atlanta? Sean J gives him a D. G gives him a B. Antonio gives him a C+ because he played all 17 games. Nando gives him a D. Didn't get good enough jams off the line of scrimmage, and he got burnt a lot this season. Corey gives him a B-. Archangel gives him a B-. Raymond says a B, got burned but clamped down when he wanted to. That's true. When he needed to, he did make some plays. Winston says a B. AJ started off solely from playing out of position, and Jeff Okudah's injury, but he then righted the ship, so he got him as a B. So any other grades for AJ Terrell? We're grading AJ Terrell right now at this time, and also if it matters to anybody, let's see what PFF graded him. Also, I think that would be pretty interesting. Let's see. PFF gave him a 74.6 for the entire season. That was his PFF grade. Rest of AJ sold out a lot this year, so a B-. All right, so pretty strong grades for AJ. We need him to get some more interceptions this year, but pretty strong grades there for AJ Terrell. Antonio says that's a C. Also, speaking of the PFF grade. All right, so let's go to our next player here, y'all. Let's go to let's see who we gonna do next. Let's do David Onyemata, who we got last offseason from New Orleans. Let's do his grades. Let's see. He started in 14 games this year. He actually defended 3 passes. He had 3 pass defenders. He had 2 forced fumbles. He had 4 sacks, 50 total tackles, 25 solo tackles. He assisted on 25 tackles. Also had 6 tackles for loss and 16 quarterback hits. So again, we're grading David Onyemata. Started 14 games. He had 3 passes defended, had 2 forced fumbles, 4 sacks, 50 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 16 quarterback hits. So what grade would y'all give for David Onyemata, please? Sean J says second year in a row without a pick. Yeah, and I can't front, even though I like AJ Terrell, man. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing, man, because when you pay your corner's big cornerback money, which he ultimately will get, you want them forcing some turnovers, man. Because turnovers, they can really change the game a lot. So next year we got to try to, or he needs to try, or we need to try to find a way for him to get some interceptions. He's a great cover corner, but hey, man, we need you to start forcing some interceptions as well. C-Dub says B for AJ, needs some INTs. Yep, just what we just said as well. David says for Onyemata, he gives him a B. Gabe graded the help he so desperately needed. Mr. CDX says a C-. Ray Ellison says a B. Corey Sherman says a B. Antoine says an A. Red Swan says tight end giving Onyemata an A. Next to Jason Bates, he was our most significant defensive signing. I totally agree with you on that. Antonio says an A- only because I think he would have had even more production if we didn't lose graded. That's a very fair point. Archangel says a B+. C-Dub says a B+. Raymond Collins says a B+. Rusty says a B-. Kibia, what's up, bro? Says a B+. C-Dub says AJ is not a top 10 cornerback. Nando says Onyemata is an A. Held the fort down with greatest injury. Can't ask for much more. David says a B. Art says he took over when Grady went down. Winston says an A. Onyemata was the second best free agent signing after Jesse Bates. I think somebody just said that just a moment ago and showed his value after Grady went down. Very true. Sean gives him a B. G also gives him a B. So very, very high grades for Onyemata, and PFF agrees with you. PFF gave him a 83.3 PFF grade. For a defensive lineman, man, that's a damn good PFF grade, 83.3. So PFF did agree with y'all. So definitely a definitely a great signing by the front office, as a lot of y'all have indicated. Probably being the second best free agent signing that we had after Jesse Bates. So great numbers, great grades for Onyemata also. So he did as well this year. So let's now go to let's see who we'll do next. Oh yeah, that is good, CDX. That's a very good grade for him. Let's go to the old man, Calais Campbell. Let's do Calais next. Let's see. Calais Campbell actually started in all 17 games at almost 40 years old. That's phenomenal in itself. Let's ring the bell for that, actually. Started all 17 games. He did have one pass defended. He had one forced fumble. He had one fumble recovery. He finished the season with 6.5 sacks, which looks like it led the team. He finished with 56 total tackles, 32 solo tackles. He assisted on 24 tackles. He had 10 tackles for loss, and he led the team with 17 quarterback hits. So one quarterback hit per game. Also had one safety. So let me give you those numbers again, because he kind of filled up the box score. Started all 17 games, one pass defended, one forced fumble, one fumble recovery, 6.5 sacks, 56 tackles, 32 solo tackles. He assisted on 24 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 17 quarterback hits, and one safety. And also, let's see his PFF grade. Let me give y'all that too. He had an 80 PFF grade. He had exactly an 80 PFF grade. So what grade would y'all give for Calais Campbell? If you can drop those in the comment section for me, I definitely would appreciate that very much. So let's see what we got here for Calais. Let me go up real quick. Mr. CDX gives him a C. Jamal gives him a B. David says an A minus. The starts, the disruption. Please resign him. Rustin said, I remember the first pass of the season was tipped up in the air and Desmond caught it. Boy, if that wasn't a preview of goofy things to come, you said that perfectly. I remember that too. Scooter gives him a C plus, maybe a B minus, so he's kind of undecided. Zigzag, what's up? B plus for Calais. Corey says a B for Calais. Ray Ellison says a for Calais. Zigzag says a B. Nando says a B. You're not getting that production from people his age. You're absolutely right about that. Antoine says an A. Mr. CDX for Life says a C. Antonio says a B plus due to his age and playing all 17 games, is still being accounted for by opposing offenses, because he is still able to bring it. I agree with you on that. Very well said. Winston says an A. That's a beastly season for a 38-year-old. You're very right. What's up, James? Says a B. C. Dub says Calais gets an A minus for all he was able to do. All he was called to do, excuse me. Keith just says A, lessening out. He would be great for one more season. Hey, I wouldn't be mad if they re-signed him, man. To be honest, he don't seem like he would ask for a whole bunch of money. He has stated that he loves playing for the team. You know, he loves the city of Atlanta. He was involved in the community a great deal also this year, and he's only played here for one season. So I would love to bring him back, man. You know, as long as the contract makes sense. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So now let's go to our next guy. We're gonna do. Let's do. Who else we got coming up on the list here, y'all? Let's go. Big Nate Dog. Let's do Nate Landman. Let me stop sharing that screen. We moved off that. Yeah, so let's do Nate Landman, y'all. Let me give y'all Nate Landman's numbers here real quick. Just a second to get to them. All right, so we're now grading Nate Landman. Nate started in 14 games this year. He played in 16 games. He started in 14 games. Nate Landman had one interception this year. He returned it for 25 yards. He had 3 passes defended. He forced 3 fumbles. He had 2 sacks. He finished the season with 110 tackles. He had 66 solo tackles. He assisted, on 44 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit. So let me give y'all those numbers again. Nate Landman started 14 games, played in 16 games, 1 interception that was returned for 25 yards, 3 pass defended, 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks. He had 110 tackles, 66 solo tackles, 44 assisted tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, and his PFF grade was a 72. So we are grading Nate Landman. Please, if you don't mind, drop your grades in the comment for Nate Landman for me, please. Scooter just got to deduct points for that stiff, dirty bird dance. He loved doing that dance too. He did it out there every time he did something good. Let's see. So what Travis says a Calais brought much needed leadership. So that's for Calais Campbell. And we are now grading Nate Landman at this point in time. Corey says a B plus. Jamal says an A. Antonio says I give him an A without saying it. Scooter says Big Nate gets an A minus. Jamal says sign that man to an extension. Let's ring the bell for that. And I definitely do agree with you. David Starr says a tackling machine. Ray Ellison gives him an A. Zigzag says Nate gets a solid A. Says bro fielded in perfectly. Yes, he did, man. He's gonna continue to get better also. Lil Shiesty in the building says rise up A tier. Rise up to you, Lil Shiesty. Mr. CDX says a B. Antoine says a B plus. Lil Shiesty gives him an A. Archangel says a B plus. Nando says Nate Dogg gets a B. You're getting surprise production from an undrafted player, my type of linebacker. I definitely agree with you on that. G says, hey, he's better than Troy. Let's ring the bell for that too. He's definitely better than Troy. Troy Anderson is not getting that job back. That job now belongs to Big Nate. Troy Anderson will not be getting that job back at all. Antonio says Landman was like a Boost mobile cell phone tower. He was very well covering everything. I like that analogy, man. Winston says an A plus. Nate is the biggest free agent that we have to resign, set the tone in the run defense. Well said. Sean J gives him a B plus. Scooter says 72. Wow, that's low. Yeah, it is. I was surprised it wasn't higher. Maybe they dinged him for pass defense. I'm guessing. But for a first year starter, man, hey, that's still pretty good. Kivia says an A, very competitive. C Dub says Nate gets a B plus. He filled in perfectly. Travis says A for Nate, biggest surprise of the year for the team. I agree with you on that. So Nate Landman got some pretty good grades from y'all, man, and I think that was well deserved. He played great football for us, or at the very least, he played very well. All things considered. Undrafted free agent. He was the 3rd or 4th linebacker on the depth chart, coming in the training camp. So that was he had a very productive season for the Falcons this year. So let's move on to let's go to his tag team partner in crime, Mr. Kaden Elliss. Another guy we picked up from New Orleans, his previous team. Kaden started in all 17 games this year. He had 3 passes defended. He had 4 sacks. He finished with 122 total tackles. He had 82 solo tackles. He assisted on 40 tackles. He actually had 11 tackles for loss and 6 quarterback hits. So I'll give y'all that again. We are grading Kaden Elliss. 17 total tackles, 3 passes defended, 4 sacks, 122 tackles, 82 solo tackles. He assisted on 40 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 6 quarterback hits, and his PFF grade was a 75. He got a 75 from PFL. So if y'all don't mind, make sure to drop your grades in the comment section, and we are grading Nate Ellis right now. All right, so let's see what we got here for Big Nate. Excuse me, Kaden Ellis, man. Duh. Let's see what we got here. James has a A. Scooter says give the PFL grades afterwards. Okay, I'll do that. James has an A. Corey has a B plus. Zigzag says Ellis gets an A. Go watch his mic up on the Falcons YouTube channel. Him and Nate got perfect chemistry. I definitely agree with you on that. You can see it on the field, man. They have great chemistry with each other. You know, I hope we can keep that duo in Atlanta for a good amount of years because I love what they do. I love how they play off one another. Scooter says Kaden gets an A plus on another plus. Okay, A plus plus. David says a B plus, a nice pickup from the Bombs. Yes, definitely a nice pickup for us. Lil Shiesty says A plus. Kaden the former ain't. He goated. I love him. Resign him right now. Desmond Madden says Falcons always left count on next season. We got another baghead ain't in the chat, y'all. Desmond Madden. The Bush League bagheads. What's up, Desmond? Good luck on can y'all salary cap together for next year. Good luck. Antoine says A. G says a B. Kiva says A. It was a great pickup. Ray Ellison says an A. C. Dawg says Ellis C. He could have been used better. Rustin says, let's ring the bell for Mike Florio because he's been calling out the entire organization since the season ended for its dysfunction. So let's ring the bell for that. Yeah. I saw he called them out after that Ravens game for not pursuing Lamar Jackson. So I did see that on Twitter. All right, Angel says a B. Winston says a B plus. Ellis was surprisingly sturdy in the middle of the defense with the green dot, and he still produced regardless of who was beside him. Great point. Excellent point. Nando says Ellis a B, was not good in coverage of the running backs and tight ends. Mr. CDX says a B. Thomas T-Bone says, I can't wait to see who we get. Who do you want, Belichick or Jim Harbaugh? My preference of those two would be Harbaugh. He's younger, and he's has showed he has showed that he can develop quarterbacks. And as we all know, that's what we need in Atlanta. We need to go get our own quarterback, and we need to have somebody in Flowery Branch who we know can develop him. So if I have to choose between Jim Harbaugh and Bill Belichick, give me Jim Harbaugh 10 times out of 10 for us right now. Wallace says Ellis gets an A. Pelicans know, he says the name is Aints. Yeah, we know y'all the Aints. Like we know. Trust me. As Falcons fans, we know y'all name are the Aints. You know, you ain't got to remind us, Pelicans. We know y'all the Aints. Antonio says Ellis is a firecracker and Landman is bricking 2.0. Mr. CDX says no linebackers on our team can cover. Antonio says the name is Kanks. Okay, I can agree with that too. I like that as well. Art says I agree. I want Harbaugh. I need a younger leader of men. Raymond Collins says an A minus, and we're agreeing. Kaden Elliss also. I had forgot for a moment there. Ms. B in the building says, "What's up, Tyler? What's up, team? Ms. B, how you doing?" And y'all make sure to check out Ms. B on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel, and she's been dropping a lot of great content lately. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do show her the same kind of love that you show me on YouTube. Run up the subs, run up the likes, and run up the shares as well. Mr. CDS says, stinky time. Ain't what's up, Tip? What's going on? Y'all make sure to show my dog Tip some love on YouTube as well. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Show him the same type of love that you showed me and other Falcon content creators. Run up the like, run up the shares as well. Art says, shout out to the Aints to Kanks. Definitely. So we'll do our next player. Did I give Kaden Elliss PFL? I don't know. Scooter said make sure I give it after I say it. I think I already had said it. But yeah, we'll do Jesse Bates now. We're gonna do Jesse Bates. I kind of don't want to do Jesse Bates because I know everybody gonna give him an A and he definitely deserves it. So I'm not trying to seem like I'm slighting him because he deserves all these A's that we're about to shower him with. Definitely money well spent for us thus far. Who we got through free agency. He had a hell of a season, man. He had a hell of a season, and that's probably our team MVP for this year. But enough of what I think. Let's see what y'all think. He started and played in all 17 games. He finished the season with 6 interceptions. Let's ring a bell for that. When was the last time we had a guy with 6 interceptions? Was Thomas Deku the last one had at least 6 interceptions in 2012? I can't recall anybody getting 16 interceptions for us since Deku. So y'all let me know who was the last Falcon to get them many interceptions, 6 interceptions. He had 95 return yards on his 6 interceptions. Had 1 pick six, 1 touchdown. He had 11 passes defended, 3 forced fumbles. He led the team with 132 tackles, 89 solo tackles. Led the team there too. He assisted on 43 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit. Let me get y'all that again. He started all 17 games, had 6 interceptions, 95 return yards off interceptions, 1 touchdown. He defended 11 passes, 3 forced fumbles, 132 tackles, which led the team, 89 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit. So how many A's are we going to get in the chat for Mr. Jesse Bates? And I'll give his PFF grade after we go through it. Let me see. All right, so David starts at A+. Cheated from first team All-Pro. Yeah, boy, cheated bad. That was highway robbery, man. I definitely agree. He should have been first team All-Pro for sure. Mr. CDX says an A+. Corey says an A. G says an A+. Tyreek Johnson says, what's Miss B channel? Miss B, if you want to put your channel, well, I know YouTube probably won't allow you to put it in the comment. But Miss B, if you want to try to put your link in the comment and see if YouTube will allow it to be on there. If not, I'll try to go to it and post it. But if you don't mind posting your link and see if YouTube will allow it. C Dub says Bates A for sure. He did a lot for us. Definitely did. Norman Fitzgerald says Casey had 7 in 18. I think you might be right. I forgot. Demonte Casey had 1 year where he really went off intercepting the ball. Let's check and see. Let me pull it up real quick. I think you're right on it. I do remember that year that Casey had for us. You're right. It was actually in 2018, though, based on what Google is telling me. He had 7 interceptions. So you're absolutely correct. Appreciate that as well. Kivia says A. We got our money's worth. We definitely did. Red Swan says A++ for the All-Pro. Russell says Casey had 6 or 7 in 2017. Yep, he did. 2018. Lil Shiesty says A+. It wasn't a year Ryan's gone, but it's not often guys are kept when a new coach is on the horizon. That's very, very, very true. Very true. Antonio says Jesse James Bates, regulators, mount up. Wallace also says, Miss B, what's your channel? Yeah, so Miss B, if you don't mind putting your channel there, let me see if I can post it. I know YouTube be tripping with posting links in the chat. But I don't know, being it's a YouTube link, they may let it go in there. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I'll see if I can get it and post it. If not, Miss B, if you want to send it to me by messenger, and I'll put it in the chat also. Miss CDX says Casey was a ball hog. Nando says Bankhead Bates, A++, second team All Pro. Not more needed to be said. Very well stated. Very well stated. A1 says valedictorian. Antoine says Bates is A+. Art says an A+ as well. Pelican says at least we have a Super Bowl. The Aints 1-0. Dirty Birds on 2. still coming here banging on us because y'all been winning, got y'all a Bounty Gate Super Bowl that don't nobody remember. You know, y'all more remembered by y'all playoff chokes. Minnesota Miracle, when y'all thought y'all was gonna come to Atlanta and stun on us, and y'all didn't get that pass interference call. Y'all, you know that rough work for the Falcons, right? You know what I'm saying? You know we paid them all because y'all was not finna come in our crib and play no Super Bowl. You know, so we did what we had to do. We came together as a fan base. We put our money together. We hollered at old boy that was reffing the game. Say, hey, bro, don't let these jokers come here. Here, you know, slid him something under the door, put something in his mailbox. Falcons business, bro. We finna let y'all come to Atlanta and try to win a Super Bowl in our crib. You know, so thank us for that. That was our gift to y'all to make sure y'all don't come to our city in our stadium and play for no Super Bowl. You know, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. That referee still don't pay for drinks and food nowhere in Atlanta. Really nowhere in Georgia. So that's on behalf of the birds. Let me get back to the grade. Raymond says an A+ for Jesse Bates. Ray Ellison says an A+. Sean J says an A+. A+. Yeah, we probably ain't have to do Jesse Bates. A+++. Yeah, we probably don't have to do Jesse Bates at all. Okay, so that's Ms. B's YouTube channel right there, y'all. She just posted it up. Like I said, I know sometimes it be tripping, and sometimes I might can see it on my side, but y'all might not can see it in the chat. But that's it right there. That I highlighted also. If y'all can see it in the chat, I'll try to get it and post it. It's not letting me even copy the link, which is crazy. Travis says there's not enough pluses to put next to Jesse Bates. Best free agent sign of 2023 for the entire league. You're definitely right about that. Antonio says Cage with a hit stick on, man. Yep. So yeah, shout out to Jesse Bates. You know, we didn't even have to do him, but we still had to show him his love because he played so phenomenal for us. So we still had to go through it. Hold on, she said she sent it to me on Messenger, y'all. So give me a second. I'm gonna grab this link and post it. Just a moment here. All right, so that might be all we do on the defense while I get this link here. Do we need to do anybody else on defense, y'all? I think so. We could do Richard Grant, but he gonna get a bunch of D's and L's. So it probably ain't even worth it to do Richard Grant because, like I said, he gonna get a bunch of D's and L's. So we might just go ahead and go to the defense here. Go to the offense. All right, y'all. I'm about to post a link in the chat, and y'all should be able to see it. Okay, I just posted Ms. B link to her channel in the chat. Y'all make sure to click on that link and show her some love. Also there on YouTube. I'm assuming YouTube let me post. Yeah, I see it on my side. Yeah, so make sure to run up the subs for Ms. B, run up the likes, run up the shares. She show us here at ABG a bunch of love, and she show all the Falcons content creators a bunch of love throughout the YouTube platform. So let's make sure we run up her subs also as well. Winston says, could you do AK? Yeah, so let's do AK. Let's go to AK. Give me a second. Let me get back over here and do AK. Arnold Ebiketie. Just a moment. Let me go back to the defense real quick. All right, so Arnold Ebiketie, where is he at here? He way down the list. He must have got a lot of tackles. All right, so we're going to do Arnold Ebiketie here. He played in all 17 games. He only started in 6 games, and he had 1 pass defended. He had 2 forced fumbles. He had 25 sacks, had 16 solo tackles. He assisted on 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, but he did have 12 quarterback hits, y'all, and just 6 starts. That's pretty significant. That's at the top of the list for the team in the team league. But let me give you the numbers again. He started in 6 games. He had 1 pass defended, 2 forced fumbles, 25 tackles. He assisted on 16 tackles. Excuse me, I said that wrong. 16 solo tackles. He assisted on 9 tackles, my bad. 3 tackles for loss and 12 quarterback hits. So, what grade would y'all give for AK-17? Please drop that in the comment section for me as well, if you don't mind. Lil Shiesty says he sub. Wallace said he sub. Let's see that said he sub. Millie Mill said he sub. What's going on, Millie? Lil Shiesty says a B for AK. James says a B. Winston also said he just sub. Our Angel says a B minus. Antoine says a B minus. C minus, go back to 47. Tyreek says a B minus. Raymond says a C. Corey says a C plus. Ray Ellison says a B. Ms. B says thank y'all also for the subs. G says a B. Kevia says a C plus. In terms of title, you said 25 sacks. Yeah, I probably did, man. My fault. I was trying to multitask and looking at a bunch of things at the same time. My bad if I did. Winston says B would have been an A if they gave him 25 more snaps. Our Angel said he also just subbed. C Dub says AKB when he played. Sean J says he also subbed as well. Nando says AK equals C, needs to get stronger and needs two or more pass rush moves to get more pressures on sacks. Sean J says C plus. And we are grading AK-17. Let me give y'all his PFF grade as well. He finished PFF with a 61.4 PFF grade. 61.4. All right, y'all. So let's go to offense now, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. So who we want to do first on offense? Let me scroll up and get back to offense real quick, y'all. I don't know why my laptop moving so slow today. I guess I got too many tabs open probably. So let's do our offense here. Who we want to start with? Of course, being we didn't do a lot of production now as far as passing goes. We can't really do a whole lot of wide receivers on our team, unfortunately. So let's start with the Champagne Poppy. Let's start off with Drake London on the offensive side of the ball, y'all. All right, so his numbers. He started 16 games for us this year. He had 110 targets, 69 receptions, just finished short of 1,000 yards. He had 905 total receiving yards. He averaged 13.1 yards per reception. He had 2 touchdowns. Ooh, that's low. Yep. So yeah, I won't give you all these other advanced stats, but let me repeat his stat line again. He started 16 games. He was targeted 110 times, 69 receptions, 905 yards, 13.1 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. So what grade would y'all give for Drake London? If you'll drop that in the comment section for me, I definitely would appreciate it. Ms. B also says AK gets a C from her. Mr. CDX for life says I grade hard because I didn't know he was on the field with number 17. I feel you. It took him a while to get started. I mean, you being fair. You definitely being fair. Definitely being fair. Let's see. What's up? Dre says, Title, what's up, bro? When is this going to be over with becoming a laughing stock? Give me the keys. Can't be hard being a coach. Says I do it on Madden. So let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for Dre being a coach on Madden. But I don't know, to answer your question, man. Hopefully next year we get back to winning, man. Hopefully next year we get back on these winning ways. Drake gives Art gives Drake an A plus for his grade. Antonio says Drake gets an A because no matter what, anyone who catches the ball for us, production is way down due to quarterback play. Very, very true. Lil Shiesty says A plus. He goated next. Mike Evans. I hope you're right. Definitely hope you're right. Philip Crawford in the building said I didn't know why I wasn't subscribed. I guess YouTube unsubscribed me, but just subscribed again. Appreciate it, Philip. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Antoine says an A. Kevia says A with no quarterback. Tyreek says an A. Ray Ellison says an A. Winston says an A. To be honest, this game does no good for wide receivers, as we've seen. 1,400 yards, 9 touchdown season loading. Ooh, I hope you're right. I can definitely go for that. Of course, Drake gets a B plus. Dropped a few passes that should have been caught, but I can't really be too tough about the TDs because of the quarterbacks. Very true. Very, very true. Ms. B says, thank everyone for y'all support and love. It's so many of y'all, and thanks, Tidy, for posting it for me. A1, C Dub, Antoine, and Philip Crawford. You're very welcome. Mr. CDX says B, need to work on separation. I agree with you on that. And James gives him an A also. And we are grading Drake London, y'all. Nando says Drake gets an A plus. If we didn't have the trash in the quarterback room, could have had almost a 1,400-yard season. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree. And let me give y'all his PFF grade also for Drake London. He had a 78.9 PFF grade for Drake. 78.9. So pretty good PFF grade, y'all. That's pretty good. Could be better, but still pretty good considering what he had throwing him the football. That's pretty good. So pretty solid, pretty good season after Drake London. Let's go to our next person on offense, y'all. Let's open up the tight end room here. Let's go with Mr. Jonnu Smith, playing his first year for the Atlanta Falcons. So we're gonna do Jonnu Smith next, y'all. So let's see stat line for Jonnu. Started 6 games, played in all 17 games for us. He was targeted 70 times. He had 50 catches for 582 total yards. He averaged 11.6 yards per reception, 3 total touchdowns. I'll repeat his numbers again. Started 6 games, but played in all 17. He had 70 targets, 50 catches, 582 total receiving yards, 11.6 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. What grade would y'all give for Jonnu Smith this year for the Falcons? Pelican says, great show, fam. Appreciate you for following through, Pelicans. Always love, man. See y'all next time. And I ain't going to say that other part you wrote, but I appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. Much love, much respect to you, bro. C-Dub says, Drake gets a B. Miss B says, Drake gets an A. He had quarterback issues, a lot of quarterback issues. Art Angel said, Drake played his heart out and put his body on the line. I definitely agree with you on that. Mr. CDX for life says 7-8. We need a quarterback. Bad. We need a quarterback in the worst way, y'all. In the absolutely worst way. A1 Fellow says A- for Drake. Could have been better. Art Angel says a B plus. Antonio says Drake and Pitts both 1K next year and at least 6 to 8 touchdowns apiece. Oh, I hope you're right. If that's the case, boy, we're gonna have a badass quarterback, whoever we get. Bernard says Drake is an A-. Mr. CDX for life says a B. Corey says Jonnu Smith is solid. I give him a B. Bernard says Jonnu Smith a B-. Antoine says a B for Jonnu Smith. Ray Ellison gives him a B plus. Our Angel says get Drake a real quarterback and he will be the next Mike Evans. I can see that. Winston says an A-. That tunnel screen for the 61-yard touchdown was electric. That it was. And he was moving too, man. I didn't know Jonnu Smith was that fast. Definitely carried his weight. Kivia says a B. Antonio says Smith's production off of Arthur Smith making Pitts a blocker. Miss B says a B plus. LaShaista says a. Next Travis Kelce, more like Gronk. I hope Falcons hire Jim Harbaugh, but rise up Falcons family. C Dub says a C plus. Nando says Jonnu Smith gets a B plus. First time 2 tight ends got 700 yards. Sean J says a B for Jonnu. That jet sweep hurt his grade. I didn't even think about that. And Facebook user says rise up. So we grade Jonnu Smith. Let me also give y'all his PFF grade as well. Just a moment. He had a 59.1 PFF grade. I must admit, I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked he only had a 59.1 PFF grade. That's shocking to me. I thought it would be higher. James says a B. Tyreek says B for Smith. AJ Terrell next, please. We did AJ Terrell about 25 minutes ago. I think he was the first player we did, right, y'all? When AJ Terrell the first person that we did? Because we always start with defense. So we already did AJ. CDS as well. Antonio said, let's do a realistic grade on both the head coach and the defensive coordinator. All right, so we can grade them as well as also. So let's go to our next player, y'all. Just a moment here. Let's see who we're going to do next here. Well, I did say we're going to go to the quarterback room. So let's, not quarterback, the tight end room. So let's stay in the tight end room and let's do his partner in crime, Kyle Pitts. We're going to grade Kyle Pitts now. Kyle Pitts started in 15 games, played in 17 games. He had he was targeted 90 times this season, 53 receptions, 667 total receiving yards. He averaged 12.6 yards per catch and 3 touchdowns. I'll give you those numbers again. He started in 15 games, played in 17 games. He was targeted 90 times. He had 53 catches for 667 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. So what grade would y'all give for Kyle Pitts, if you don't mind putting that in the comment section for me? Yep, you called it. Little Shiesty Pitts was next. Let's see. Mozzie Osborne. So just imagine being all in and trading for whatever it takes to get Caleb Williams or Jane Daniels and having Jim Harbaugh with one of those two quarterbacks versus John Harbaugh with Lamar in the Super Bowl 2 years from now. I like it. I like it, man. I definitely like it. In fact, I love it. I love it. D1_Golden says, yo, what up, Tyler? What's up, D1? How you feeling? What's going on with you? What's popping? Keegan says C+. I believe he played hurt. He's speaking about Kyle Pitts. Antonio said, I give Pitts a B-. Not knowing he played through a healing surgery all season. Antoine gives him a B. Lil Shiesty says a Kyle Pitts goated. Love it. Love him. Rise up. Hit a dirty bird like Campbell. Hit the dirty bird like Campbell. Okay, guys. Yeah, he do the dirty bird dance also. He did it I think last year one time when he scored a touchdown. Corey Sherman says B, considering he wasn't 100%. Art says C. Hold on. C+. Don't free Pitts. He broken like a stick. I don't know if you banging on him right there or not. Ray Ellison says a B. James says a C. C. Dell says Pitts gets a D. Underachieving. If you are on the field, play. Absolutely no excuses. I can dig it. I can respect it too. Bernard says B- for Pitts. Sean J says a B- for Pitts. Tyreek says C+. He wasn't really 100%. What's going on, Jeff? Let's ring the bell from a dollar, Jeff. What's been going on, Jeff? How's school going, man? I ain't talked to you. Ain't heard from me in a minute, man. How's school going? How you been doing? How was your Christmas? Winston says, hold on, let me click on it. Says an A for Pitts. Ooh, that's surprising. For Pitts to make it through the season from an MCL and a PCL injury to playing all 17 games is a feat in its own. All right, so that's a surprising grade, but I can definitely dig it. Mr. CDX says Pitts C needs to work on his blocking, please. Might just say do Bergeron grade. You say Bergeron gets a B+. G says a C. Facebook says, do you think Caleb Williams would be a distraction in the locker room? I don't think he would. I think we got a pretty strong veteran locker room now. Grady, Jared, David, Onyemata. Then you got the lineman in there. You got the ultimate veteran, Jake Matthews. Now you can look at Lindstrom and McGeary and call them veterans now at this point in time. Jesse Bates. So I think we got a lot of respected veterans in our locker room that would keep his head straight. Art says, I'm not banging on Pitts. He was already banging up enough. Nando says, B. No, excuse me. Pitts gets a C. Can run better routes. I agree. And a better quarterback getting him the ball. Just looks 73% all season. Modest says, Pitts is now labeled as trade bait. I'm just saying. Hey, we already put him on the trading block early in the show for Caleb Williams, hypothetically. Facebook user Pitts gets a B. Let's see who else we got in here. Jeff says B because it didn't play much nor catch, but also battling injuries from last year. Facebook user says Pitts is a D. Bijan is a B. Allgeier a B. Ridder straight F. Grade a C, base A. So he gave us all his grades at one time. Antonio says Caleb will understand the assignment and know the importance of him standing on business. Shout out to King Harris standing on business. And gives Taylor an F. See, those are not big on Caleb. Give me Jaden Daniels. Hey, I can dig it, man. I would love to have either one of them. Although I do agree, I think Jaden Daniels is a more realistic option. But Kyle Pitts finished the season with PFF with a 68.1 PFF grade. 68.1 PFF grade there for Kyle Pitts. So let's go to our next player. Let's see. We won't do Mac Hollins. He didn't have enough playing time. Let's go to the running back room. Let's go to our running back room and grade our running backs. Let's start with our second-year player, Tyler Allgeier. So let me give y'all his stats. Tyler Allgeier started 3 games this season. He played in all 17. He had 186 rushing attempts this season for 683 rushing yards. He finished with 4 rushing touchdowns. Also on the year, in regards to receiving numbers, he did have 18 receptions for 193 yards and 1 touchdown. So I'll give you those numbers again. Tyler Allgeier started 3 games, played in all 17, 186 rushing attempts, 683 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. He caught 18 passes for 193 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. So he gave us about 900 all-purpose yards, which is pretty dang good for the backup running back. And he averaged 3.7 yards per rush as well. I think it's important that I give you that. But we are grading Tyler Allgeier. If you don't mind, please drop your grades for Tyler Allgeier in the comment section for your dog. So let me see. And we are grading Tyler Allgeier. Alberto says, do you think the new coach will get rid of top players like Pitts? I think the only way they'll get rid of somebody like Pitts would be, of course, via trade if they do decide to trade up for a quarterback. If we do happen to trade up for Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, then yeah, Pitts may become trade bait for sure. Antonio says, tired to have y'all given any thought to Harbaugh coming in and wanted to go after McCarthy. I really haven't given much thoughts on McCarthy, but I would love to have Harbaugh. If we announce Jim Harbaugh as our new coach, boy, I would be one happy fella, man. That's who's number one on my list personally is Jim Harbaugh. James gives Tyler Allgeier an A. LaShicer says Tyler A. He plays like the next CMC. Our Angel says the man still balled out and was still a good teammate. Despite the team turning on him and grabbing Bijan, he still did his thing. I can definitely respect that, and I agree with you on that. Modest says, what about the linebackers? I think Landman just took the starting spot from Anderson. Yeah, Trey Anderson, he's not getting that job back. That's over with. Trey getting that job back. That boy hit hard. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And we did the linebackers a moment ago. We started with defense, and now we're on offense. And Nate Landman got some good grades, and Kaden Elliss also got good grades as well. Our Angel says an A. Ray Ellison says a B plus based on his usage. Mr. CDX for Life says Mr. 100, Mr. 1000 B, which we use some more bad play calling. I can agree with that. Corey said, I give Tyler an A-. He was always productive when Arthur Smith decided to use him. Very true. Arthur Smith had too many toys. He didn't know what to play with. Antoine says a B+. Kivia says a B, wasn't used correctly. Winston says a B, definitely wasn't a fan of those snap division or play destination for any of the backs, but that 75-yard screen TD was what we expected from the number 8 pick all season. Shaking my head. I agree with you on that. I know there were some questions on whether or not Tyler Allgeier could take something 70+ to the house. And as you say, Winston, he answered that question on that touchdown play. Tyreek said, hey, he runs hard every play. Running back one for real. Berto says, Tyler who? Was he on the team or give him a C? Not his fault. I see what you're saying. Nando says Tyler gets a B if he was not coached toxically. Could have had 1,100 all-purpose yards from the scrimmage. I can agree with that. Facebook says, let them take Ridder instead of Pitts. You trying to get them to hang up the phone in our face. Nah. Yeah. You call somebody and say, we got this Ridder trade bait, click. They don't need to take our call. You talk about trade Ridder, man. Maja says the offense was boring overall, but Tyler is a B. They would look better with better play call, and both of our backs are B+ players. C does a C-, mainly because Arthur Smith is a dumbass. Sean J says B for Tyler. He gets better by the touch. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. Tyler is a load to bring down, man. Tyler, he punished defenders. That's it's good to have him on the team, man, because he can work. He really wears down the defense. Travis says B+ for my running back one. Jeff says Tyler is an A. Robinson is a B+. Antonio says Allgeier gets an A in my opinion because he was put on the back burner and still produced. That's very true. And very true. And also he didn't make a big deal about it. There was no times where he went on social media complaining about his touches or nothing like that. Shout out to Cordero Patterson. And I'm not mad for Patterson doing it, but I'm just saying it says a lot about Tyler Allgeier that they went and drafted another running back after he set a franchise rookie record and he didn't complain about it. He seems like he's a real ideal teammate. Shep 5 times. What's up? So I give Robinson an A- with what he was given throughout the year. He made the most of it. 1,400+ scrimmage yards with 8 touchdowns while splitting carries is impressive. That it is. Very impressive. Antonio says Ridder goes in any buy one, get one free deal. Banging on Ridder. He's free in the team. Maji says, why wasn't CP84 used this year as an H-back / wide receiver after he was called a joker? Waste of the talent. He complained about that too. I don't know. You called him a joker and then you used him like a tour of clubs. Arthur Smith called him the joker and then used him like a tour of clubs, just threw him away. Didn't even play with him. David says Allgeier gets a B, misused in every way possible. All right, so let me give y'all his PFF grade. Tyler Allgeier finished PFF with a very impressive 82.6. Tyler's grade was a 82.6. That's very impressive for your backup running back, y'all. That's very, very good. 82.6 for a running back in general is very good. So let's move on to our sensational rookie, Bijan Robinson. We're going to grade Bijan right now at this point in time. Let me give y'all his stats. All right, so here we go. Bijan Robinson played in 17 games, technically, even though we know we had the headache gate game. He started in 16 of those games. He had 214 rushing attempts, which, of course, led the team. He had 976 rushing yards. Very disappointed that he was just 24 yards away from having a 1,000-yard season. Would have loved to see him get that mark. He had 4 rushing touchdowns. In regards to being a pass catcher, he was targeted 86 times. Ooh, that's a lot of targets. He almost had more targets than Drake London, y'all. That's a problem. Landman was targeted 110 times. Bijan was targeted 86 times. That's a problem. That's if you really look at those numbers for what they are and what they need to be, that's not good. But anyway, he had 58 receptions. He had 487 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. So he was very productive catching the ball. But let me give you those numbers again. We're grading Bijan Robinson. He started in 16 games, played in 17 games. He had 214 rushing attempts, 976 rushing yards, four rushing touchdowns. He was targeted 86 times. He had 58 catches for 487 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. So if y'all don't mind, please drop your grade in the comment section for Bijan Robinson for me as well. Tyreek Johnson says Bijan one of a kind back. He gets an A. James gets Bijan an A minus. Archangel gets him an A minus. Lil Shicer says Bijan big A plus actually big A plus. Kiva says great for Ricky work on the fumbles. A great for Ricky, but needs to work on the fumbles. Got it. Archangel says, to me, Bijan could have been much better, some due to the coach mostly, and also some due to him a little. I agree. I definitely agree that Bijan should share some of the blame because ultimately he was the one fumbling in critical situations. So I can agree with you on that. Antoine says an A plus. Corey says he gets an A minus. He needs to work on securing the ball better, but he will be just fine. Yep. I agree. Wallace says A for Bijan. David gives him a C. Says toughness was a problem for me. Also doesn't understand he's not going to break everything for big yards and must get those tough 2 to 3 yards. That's a very fair grade and analysis on Bijan. And I mostly agree with you. I definitely agree. I think he definitely needs to get tougher. And like you say, I also understand that everything you're not going to shake and bake and juke people for 75-yard gains. Sometimes you just got to put your shoulders and put your head down and take those 3-yard gains, take those 4-yard gains. So I agree with you on that. Winston's an A, but definitely was misused. Bijan could have easily set the rookie rushing record along with the rookie scrimmage yard record. And what are those marks also? Who owns that? Is it LaDainian Tomlinson, I think? Antonio says Bijan was Batman. Algier was Robin, and Arthur Smith was the real Joker. Miss CDX for life says Bijan B work on the fumbling and picking up on the blocks. Shep 5 times says he only had 2 fumbles on 214 carries. I promise that's the least of our worries, fam. I think what happened, Shep, is they came at the most inopportune time because both of his fumbles directly assisted in us losing games. I'm not saying that he's the reason that we lost, but it's just like when they happen. And I think that really just sticks out in everybody's mind. He says, sorry, 4 fumbles, but that's still not a concern. Yeah, he can fix the fumbles issues. That's fixable. That is definitely fixable. C-Dub says Bijan gets a C because he has a lot of room for improvement. Work on the fumbles and take your headache medicine near any shoe establishment. Travis says Bijan a B minus. Bijan got to work on holding on to the ball. And Tony said the Ridder was the Riddler. All right, so that was B. We graded Bijan on that one. Franchise record. Okay, I got you. Definitely got you on that. C-Dub says he needs to get tougher and mature some. Don't be a politician, be a running back. Ooh, very well stated. Very well stated. So let's look at his PFF grade, y'all. He had a 69.1 PFF grade, which is very surprising to me. 69.1. That means you all right. I thought Bijan would have had a PFF grade kind of closer to what Tyler Algier had, but a 69.1 is not very impressive. It's not bad. It's not trash. It's not garbage, but it is a 69.1. It's not impressive either. So let's move on to the to the quarterbacks. Also, yeah, I know Mr. Mr. CDX for like that's what I seen. I just looked at it, I was like, dang, I thought it would be much higher than that. I thought at least a 75. I didn't expect it to be a 6 in the 60s, 69.1. Let's move on to the quarterbacks. Let's go ahead and get y'all favorite quarterback in the world. Let's go ahead and get Desmond Ridder. Ridder, the second team All-Pro Desmond Ridder came and balled out like we've never seen before in Atlanta. Let's get these stats out the way with Ridder. All right, so Desmond Ridder played in 15 games. He started 13 games. He had 53 rushing attempts for 193 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. Got to give him his credit when it's due. If in regards to passing, where is his passing stats? That's not on this sheet. Hold on, yo. I'm looking at these stats, and for whatever reason, they don't have his passing yards right here. All right. Oh, there they go. My bad. All right. So he completed 249 passes out of 388 passing attempts. He had a 64.2 yard completion percentage. He had 2,836 passing yards, 12 passing touchdowns, and also 12 interceptions as well. His rating was an 83.4. His QBR was a 40. I will give you those stats again. He completed 249 passes on 388 attempts. Passing completion percentage was 64.2. He had 2,836 passing yards, 12 passing touchdowns, also 12 interceptions. In regard to him running the ball, he had 53 rushing attempts, 193 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season. So, what grade would y'all give for Desmond Ridder? If you'll drop that in the comment section for me, please. James says an F plus. Anthony says Bijan would have definitely been an A if the defense didn't know he was running 90% of the time. Wallace says Ridder is an F. Norman says an F plus. David says he's an F, 38.6 PFF grade. Antonio says Ridder gets a get the F out of here. Nando said check down Dez is an F. How many more stars that needed to show up? I love Desmond. Shout out to Uncle Steve. Corey says a D. Okay. I would have taken it lower, but he wasn't ready, and Arthur Smith is to blame for that. Norman says he held the ball way too long, keyed in on first read way too often. I agree. Maja said Ridder gets a Z minus. 12 fumbles, 12 interceptions, benched 3 times because even Westside played against New Orleans. That's ringing the bell for that. I forgot about that. Russell says, I feel kind of bad for Dez. He's already deficit in the talent department, and they never got him a real quarterback coach. He was a 3rd-round pick for a reason. That's true. Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot are the ones we should be mad at. Very well said. Because obviously he definitely wasn't ready, and they put him as a day one starter as if he was entering his 6th year in the NFL, and he had already had an accomplished resume, which obviously was not the case at all. I agree. The front office failed us and failed him in that department. Winston says T for trash man, vacation destination, the practice squad. And Torn said, I'm going to give you my grades for both F minus. G says an F minus. Norman says his pocket presence was the worst. His decision making was just atrocious. He extended the play at times where he would go to the wrong person. Yep. And then sometimes when he would, the thing which would get Desmond, when he would extend a play, sometimes he'd have a guy wide open. running underneath. I remember Pitts would be wide open sometimes. Mac Hollins would be wide open, and he's running the ball. Desmond, he couldn't get out his own way. Ray Ellison says an F. Maja says we need to start at quarterback. Somebody that would make plays when others can't. He's the most important player on the field. I totally agree with you on that. Tyrese says Ridder deserves an ass whipping. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's definitely ring the bell for that. Shep 5 times says, let's be honest, he had no quarterback coach. The game plan was trash. I'm not a Des fan, but he wasn't put in the best position to succeed. I agree. He should never been starting. Desmond should have still been in his developmental portion of his career last year. He should not have been a day one starter. I don't know what Arthur Smith and whoever made that decision, what they saw. I don't know what they saw. Big Ron Thomas and I. What's going on, Ron? How you feeling? How you doing, bro? What's going on? We got our boy John Harris in the building with the super chat. Appreciate that, John. Thank you very much, man, for always supporting the show and the love that you show. Thank you very much. And also make sure to check out John at the Eye Test with his tag team partner, Winston, on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed to their channel, make sure that you do subscribe to them. Show them the same kind of love you show me and other Falcons content creators. They do some great work there. They're normally on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. And they put on a fantastic show. So if you're not subscribed to the Eye Test, make sure you do and do it now. Says an uneducated, nobody didn't touch me, nothing help. I need help, D-. An uneducated, nobody didn't teach me nothing help. I need help, D-. So that's not as bad as the else that everybody been getting, John. At least you didn't give him a L. See, Travis gave him a Z. Norman says day one started with no competition. Don't forget that title. Yep, you're right. Yeah, and just like somebody else said, that's why some of the blame you got to put toward Arthur Smith or Terry Fontenot or both of them, whoever made that decision and put him the day one starter with no competition. That's ridiculous. Mr. CDX for life says Ridder gets a D. The ball move he had to need work. The guy was a third round pick, like him more than Taylor Heineke. C-Dub says Ridder's a quarterback F. That's on him and Arthur and Terry. My dog 3 Dirty's in the building. What's going on with your 3? Says D- for disappointment. Even being a third round pick, couldn't even do the fundamentals consistently. Very well said, bro. Very, very well said. So I think that's who we'll stop at, y'all. We'll stop at Ridder. Tyreek says, but he had Marcus as a mentor and Arthur Smith as a coach. Oh, man. Ron Thomas gives him a Z+. Shep 5 times says he showed flashes, but he couldn't put it together. Part of that is talent. The other part was game planning. I can agree with you on that. The CDX for life says Ridder better than Zach and Mac and Sam and all those first round picks. Oh, let's do the coaches too. Let's do our coaches. Let's start off with the defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen. Finished the season with the 11th overall ranked defense in NFL. Unfortunately, we were not able to retain him. He has taken a position with the Jacksonville Jaguars to be their new defensive coordinator. Best of luck to him. Appreciate what he did bring to Atlanta for that 1 year. But what grade would y'all give for Ryan Nielsen? If you don't mind, drop your grades for Ryan Nielsen for me as well, please. False starters in the building. So, yo, what's good? What's up, False Start? How you doing today, bro? What's popping? What's going on? Let's see. James says a B. G says an A. Ron Thomas says an A+. And we are grading Ryan Nielsen. Any other grades for Ryan Nielsen? David says A, massive improvement for the defense. Antonio says I give him a B+ because of the sack increase. All right, Angel says a B+. Nielsen gets an A. And that's from Wallace. Antoine says B+, the best we had in years. Corey says a B+. Anthony says a B+ also. So pretty good grades for Ryan Nielsen, as I expected he would get. Pretty good grades for him. He did a great job for us this year. Did a great job for us this year. Let's see. Nando Nielsen B plus could have Helms instead of Grant from the season. Could have had Helms. John gives him a B. Tyrese says A, 40 plus sacks. JJ Ayer says A minus. What's up, JJ? Dirty Bird Bill says smooth B plus. Abel, what's going on? Abel says B plus. What an improvement. Mr. CDX for life says defense B minus. Lost 3 or 4 games. Couldn't sack the quarterback. Those are some tough losses too. We had some tough losses. And the crazy thing, we had these tough losses every year. They don't give a PFF grade for coaching, I don't believe. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to look at our team leaders in PFF. I know y'all can't really see that based on how the image is. The fonts are in very small writing. But I'm just going to go down the list real quick, y'all, of who led our team in PFF as far as the numbers go. I can barely see this myself. I might got to put on my glasses. But Jesse Bates was the team leader with a 90.6 PFF grade. Chris Lindstrom was second, 86.6 PFF grade. David Amimata was next with 83.3. Tyler Allgeier was a 82.6. Drew Dahlman, surprisingly, was a 82.3. Calais Campbell had a 80. Drake London had a 78.9. Caleb McGeary had a 75.5. Kaden Elliss had a 75 even. Andre Smith had a 75. AJ Terrell had a 74.6. Nate Landman had a 72. Jake Matthews had a 71.2. Grady Jarrett had a 70. And Bijan is down here has a 69.1. They got Young Hoku on here also, but I can't see his PFF grade. They got something covering it. Maybe I can Google his PFF grade. Let me see. I didn't even think they give kickers PFF grade, but I guess why wouldn't they, huh? Let's see. Young Hoku had a. Oh, they don't got a PFF grade on here for him. Or at least I don't see it. But I guess it was in the 60s because he's below Bijan, and Bijan had a 69. So I guess he's like probably around 68 or something like that. Let's see where we left off at here. Y'all talking about great. I'm not going to let y'all get Art Smith all them emphasis. Them emphasis. That's the young kids say, them emphasis. We'll just collectively give Arthur Smith a F minus. He's out of here. He's gone. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up, y'all. That was our final player grades of the year. And earlier we talked about the possibility of trading up for Caleb Williams, which is really probably just more pipe dreams than anything else. But for the Falcons, this is our off season, so of course we'll be talking about a lot of hypothetical stuff until training camp and the draft and everything comes back around. Also, as we said earlier, Ryan Nielsen will be the Jacksonville Jaguars' new defensive coordinator. He did Atlanta very, very well this year, and I wish him the very best of luck there in Duval. But yeah, that's going to close me out for this evening, y'all. As always, I want to thank y'all very much for the love, the interaction that y'all always show when we come on live. Definitely do appreciate it. Might come on and do another show sometime this week. Might come back tomorrow and do something. I think we'll probably have some Falcons content or some kind of news regarding our head coaching search. So we may come back tomorrow and do a show. But we'll play that by ear. But as always, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you once again. God bless. Peace.